I'm excited to announce the opening of a new Facebook community for the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life podcast. And this is to get a group of like minded individuals to get together, to push themselves, to actually hold each other accountable, and to level up their lives. I talk about making a positive impact in the world, and this is how I'm hoping to do that. So if you're interested in joining, jump on Facebook, look for Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, and see if you can join the group. Otherwise, drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching and I'll send you the link. How many times have you set yourself a new challenge and then you find, like, after a week, maybe two, you give up and you're back to square one? You just don't even care about it anymore. Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that empowers you to take back control of your life, to unlock your full potential, and to help you become the best version of yourself. I'm Sanj, and today we're delving into a topic that resonates with us all, and that is why we seem to give up just so easily. This was something I used to struggle with. I would set myself a challenge, a New Year's resolution, say, for example, and within a couple of weeks, I would have fallen off the wagon. I would have actually gone back to what I was doing before, and I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't even care because I just thought to myself, okay, that was it. It didn't work. The problem is, over that time, the number of times I restarted that same resolution, I just kept going from A to B back to A again. If I had stuck with it, my life could have been totally different by now. It would have been something where that consistency could have changed so much. And part of the reason that why we seem to give up, why I gave up, why you give up, is because we struggle to stay disciplined. Because we do not see instant results. We are now in a time where we expect everything instantaneously. You go on Amazon, you can expect whatever you order there by maybe a couple of hours, maybe tonight, maybe if at the worst case scenario, it could be there tomorrow. Even with food, you turn on your phone, you load the app, and before you know it, the food's at your door, whether that's a takeaway, whether that's groceries. We are now in an age where everything is right there in front of us as fast as we could want it to be. And so we have become accustomed to seeing these instant results. We become dependent on seeing these instant results. So when something takes longer, we become impatient. For example, how many of you remember the old dial-up connection internet? How many of you actually remember when if someone in the house was on the landline, you couldn't use the internet because the phone line was being used? Remember how long it used to take, how much time you used to waste while things were buffering? And now if something takes longer than a second or two to load, we become impatient, we become agitated because we're expecting it right now. We want everything yesterday. So picture this, you started a new habit, you're excited, and then all of a sudden crickets. Say for example, you want to lose weight. You get to the gym, you start working out, and after 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you're not seeing anything. And then we struggle to stay disciplined because the results have not shown up on our doorstep immediately. On average, it takes about 66 days to form a new habit, but yet most people will give up after a couple of weeks. Patience is a virtue, and it's something that we need to cultivate on our journey to success. Success is not going to happen overnight. No matter how much you hear of these people suddenly becoming successful, it's because you haven't followed them for the last decade where they've been working late, waking up early, all the failures along the way. But what we do here is when they make it big. So we give up on ourselves because we haven't seen that instant gratification. When we give up too soon because we haven't seen that result straight away, we don't realize that the real casualties in this are actually our self-confidence and our self-esteem. How many times have you let that moment of impatience just overshadow your potential for greatness? 92% of people, for example, fail to achieve their New Year's resolutions. Why? Because of a lack of patience and the allure of quick fixes. Quick fixes rarely lead to lasting results, but we continue to persist to look for these shortcuts. The lottery, get rich quick. Yeah, these new fad diets, lose weight quick. So we are constantly looking for ways to shorten our learning curve, for ways to actually put in the work with the least amount of effort, which is great. But the problem that we struggled with is the fact that the work still needs to be put in. These shortcuts, they may take some time off, but it still doesn't mean that all these changes will happen overnight. So we need to learn to actually become patient. We need to become disciplined to actually build up a habit long enough to start seeing the results. Delaying gratification is actually the secret sauce to success. It's the ability to stay disciplined and work towards a goal even when the reward isn't immediate. And this skill is so crucial because when you've got high levels of self-discipline, you are more likely to be happier and achieve those long-term goals because that instant gratification is not alluring. It's that delayed gratification, that happiness that you will get when you reach your goal. That is the thing you are searching for. I'm not saying that you don't get little dopamine fixes and you don't get some instant gratification hits along the way, but you are still consistent enough to stay disciplined for the whole journey. Happiness and long-term success go hand in hand, and they are well worth the wait. But the thing you need to practice and what you need to become comfortable with is delaying that gratification, becoming patient, becoming stoic and actually detaching yourself from the outcome if it's not there straight away. Self-discipline is actually the highest form of self-love that we can give ourselves. It's giving up for what we want now, for what we actually know will be best for us and will get us to where we want to be in life. But if you struggle becoming comfortable with delaying gratification and becoming patient, I've got some tips which will actually help you change that. Number one is to set realistic expectation. Understand that change takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your new habits, neither will your results. They will not happen overnight. When you actually set expectations and understand that, you know what, it's not going to be here tomorrow. When you start realizing actually it's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, it's going to take discipline, there will be ups and downs on the road. When you realize this and you start implementing this, you will notice actually it starts to make you more consistent and more disciplined and more likely to achieve your goals. Number two is break it down. Divide your big goals into smaller manageable tasks because it will give you those little instant gratification hits along the way. It will keep you motivated and it will build your momentum. So those small consistent actions actually lead to more lasting change rather than those big sporadic actions. So when you actually do the same thing day in, day out, that will make more of a difference than if you do one big thing once a month. Number 3 is visualize your success. When you start visualizing and creating a mental image of your success, it enhances your motivation and actually increases the likelihood of you achieving your goals. Athletes use this every single time, and they actually show improved performance when they use this method. And the 4th thing you can do is actually ask yourself, what is the cost of not delaying my gratification? So for example, if you have a goal to lose weight and you're not going to eat junk food and you want a McDonald's, ask yourself, okay, well, what is the result of having this McDonald's now? Having this one McDonald's now, it may not be a big thing, but that means you have to actually spend an extra 30 minutes on the treadmill. It may take you an extra couple of a week, say, to reach your goal. Think what you're giving up later to have now. And when you do that, you'll find actually, maybe it's not always worth it. So the path to success is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So when you embrace delaying gratification and staying disciplined, you're not just reaching your goals, you're transforming yourself along the way. You're building up your self-confidence. You're building up your self-esteem. You start believing in yourself more because you know what you are capable of. So keep going, stay disciplined, and remember that greatness does take time. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode and got something from it, please let me know by leaving me a comment below or drop me a message on Instagram at just.live.coaching. My mission in 2024 is to make a positive impact on the world, and I hope you can help me do that by liking, by following and sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. When you master it, you will master your life. Thank you.